is on a rampage with plug-in hybrids. First the X5 and now the 7 Series and 3 Series versions that offer premium options in environmental vehicles without any of the limitations of pure electric. We're getting behind the wheel of the 330e iPerformance, a vehicle that is perfect for the commuter who wants the best of multiple worlds. You get a 25-mile all-electric range which can easily cover most daily commutes, plus you have the flexibility of a gas engine if you want to go on longer weekend trips, and there's barely any compromise when it comes to the esteemed BMW 3 Series performance. Aside from the charging port on the front quarter panel, some eDrive badging, and tires with taller sidewalls, you can't really tell that this is a plug-in hybrid. And that is a very good thing because it keeps all the beautiful creases that gives it its nice silhouette, an aggressive front fascia, and twin pipes in the back that just make this a beautiful car. We're really glad BMW didn't make this thing look weird. When it comes to German sports sedan interiors, BMW is getting a good run for its money against the Mercedes C-Class and the Audi A4. The 3 Series has very nice interiors, however the 330e does suffer a little bit. It still has a very handsome, well laid out interior, but there's a lot of hard plastic, so the overall quality of the material just feels a little low rent compared to some of its counterparts. However, it does have a nice flat rear floor, so it gives the rear passengers a little more space and comfort. Aside from performance and handling, this car is also a genius in how it plans your route. So the engine control unit takes everything into account and it chooses a route in your navigation to make the most use of the electric motor, which doesn't always mean that the electric power comes first. So it might assess your route and see that you have highway driving first, so then it's going to use the gas and save the battery power for urban driving later on. It also uses real-time traffic and the navigation route in order to decide which motor to use based on the amount of hills, the number of highways, the type of acceleration you'll have to do, and all of this is done to maximize efficiency in the motors and ultimately just make the car more efficient overall. While this car will do the hard calculations for you, that doesn't mean that the driver gives up any of the control, and so you can choose between the different drive modes that you want for whichever kind of driving you feel like doing. The 330e has a total horsepower of 248, which includes 181 horsepower from the 2-liter 4-cylinder and then 87 from the electric motor. Overall, it's got very smooth and precise handling. It can do a quick sprint up to 60 miles per hour in just a fraction over 6 seconds, which is just slightly slower than the 340i, but also pretty darn fast for a car that's aimed just at efficiency. Overall, it's about 350 pounds heavier than the 340i, so not quite as nimble, but it still has precise steering. It's got great throttle acceleration. So despite the fact that it is a plug-in hybrid, overall it is really thrilling to drive, which is definitely a huge milestone for plug-in hybrids and very consistent with BMW's driving performance. It's a little difficult for us to be totally enthused about the range and built-in driving fun of plug-in hybrids. We had the X5 xDrive 40e a few months ago, and we were a little underwhelmed by it. It only offered a 19-mile all-electric range, and the driving dynamics were a little tepid. But when it comes to the 330e, this car is a complete revelation. You can drive it to and from work every day of the week without using a single drop of gasoline, or on the weekends you can decide you want to take it for a longer road trip and make both engines work, or you can just decide to drive it hard and completely ignore the environment. It's up to you, and that's the great thing about this car is that it offers a nice balance of all driving habits. We thought the interior could have been a little more stimulating, but overall, BMW has nailed the formula with this one, and it's even a few $1,000s less than the 340i. So we are going to go ahead and put this on the top of our list for most desirable cars of 2016.